Microphone checker 1 2 1 2. Two kings from the Queen City. Because we got what it takes to rock the mic, right?
Yes, sir.
And we hit for episode 35 out this bitch.
Mm-hmm. What's that? Yep, 35.
Kevin Durant numbers, you know.
Man.
Slim Reaper shit, you feel me?
Sniper
DMV shit, sniper shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sniper gang.
Sniper gang.
We pull up, we doing them pulleys.
Word, from the logo.
Yep.
Or from the long, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, KD shit.
You already know. I guess, I guess we get this started, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the first voice you hear is none other than Perseus, a.k.a. Pro, a.k.a. Prolific, a.k.a. Pro Black, a.k.a. DJ Mute,
Yeah.
a.k.a. That Nigga,
Damn.
a.k.a. Girl, put that shit back. You know good damn well I'm not gonna buy you that.
Put that shit back.
Put that shit back.
Put that shit back.
A.k.a. the chicken tender lover.
Hey, yo.
And that's all the AKAs I got. I'm gonna pass it to my man
Chicken
next
tender
to
lover.
Word up.
Yeah.
Hip hop,
This
1
shit.
2, and you don't stop.
Chicken. This way you got DJ Philly. You got Philly.
All
AKA DJ Philly Dot, AKA Philly Dot, AKA Philly the Don,
Okay.
AKA the Philliest,
Ooh.
AKA Black Hippie, AKA the Black Avenger,
No doubt.
the Slim Philly, Chef Philly, Mr. Converse Wearer. Shit, we outside. That's all I got, Jack.
We outside.
Mr. Outside. Yeah.
For the fall and winter. It's gonna be a cold winter.
Brought to you by Pepsi
Pepsi, pay us.
and Essentia. We in this
Yeah.
bitch.
Both y'all pay us.
Run me that money.
Run me my money. How you been feeling this week, bro?
Man, shit, yeah, man. It's been a good one.
Yeah.
It's been a good one, man. A lot of good music coming into the rotation this go round, so it's been a good week.
Well, you know, it is that time where it's like fourth quarter type shit. So
Yeah.
you're definitely gonna get, you know, some more albums. Hopefully it's quality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fourth quarter seems like it's like everybody in that red zone, but man, we gotta drop some good shit now.
Yeah.
For
at
the
least
year
something.
is. Type.
For sure. I can't think of a run where that fourth quarter had nothing but drops. Well, no, I'll take that back. Last year,
Okay.
because we ended up getting Nas, and then we got Freddie.
Facts. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going blank. I'm thinking somebody came out towards the end last year as well.
Can't tell me. I couldn't tell you.
Hey man,
Look it up.
But anyway, we know what's out there
Fourth quarter run though,
for sure.
back in effect, 2023.
You already know. Speaking of people dropping, I mean, you know, let's address the elephant in the room. Why not go with young Jeezy, or excuse me, Jeezy,
Get him.
the grown Jeezy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he took Young off
Yeah, word up,
a long time ago.
word up, a long time ago. Yeah, he dropped something. I might forgive, but I don't forget. Ooh,
That's a saying in itself right there, bro.
it is. I'm gonna start with you. You know, since you got him higher on your list.
Yeah,
How
Jeezy.
you feel?
It's Jeezy, because I'm all about the hustle music. You know what I'm saying? I'm all
Right,
about the
right.
motivational music. Jeezy since day one been on that hustle, thug motivation shit. So
Right.
I was that's what I like about his shit. That's how I can like relate to what he says and a lot of how he raps and shit. So that's why he got a little bit higher on me, because he influenced me a little bit more how I like to hustle and shit like that. But this album, yeah, I think it reminded me of his first Thug Motivation album when he went out, because he had the same production crew on like a lot of his songs, not all of it, but a lot of his songs on Thug Motivation, Justice League, and they
Right.
killed it. You feel me? You know, so I was
For
like,
sure.
all right, this project is something out there that because like the last couple ones I wasn't like a fan of, but this one right here is almost like all like 30 of them. I think 29 songs, but all 30 of them. It's just like kind of bangers for me. So yeah, I get this one like a 8.5. On that Richter scale, Jack, just because of this, Jeezy just kind of, he brings out anthems, man. He's an anthem type of rapper. And so when you listen to that shit, it just makes you hype, makes you want to like good workout music too. So
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. How does this album rank on your top Jeezy albums of his discography?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, see, it's a double album. So, and I kind of like both of them, to be honest with you. But I would put that Doug Motivation gotta be on one.
For sure.
Yeah. I'll probably put this number two. I actually probably would, yeah. It's that good to me. It's like Kevin Gates, when Kevin Gates dropped his album. It's just kind of like, damn, I feel this shit.
Right.
And more positivity than negativity than some of the other albums he dropped. But yeah, I'll probably put number two for this one. Over Thug Motivation 101.
Damn.
Then I'll probably put Recession over that. So this one, part of that, and then Recession.
And Recession, it did slap.
Yeah.
It came out strong.
Yeah.
During that time.
So, how about you, man? What's your take on this album, and what level would you put it compared to what you how you like about Jeezy? Because you put him a little farther down your list than I do.
Yeah, and it's not because I don't like him. It's just, don't get me wrong. I definitely fuck with Jeezy. I definitely love his music, especially from the beginning. It was more so like, I'll say a stretch where I wouldn't say his music was whack. It just didn't hit me the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. That's how different artists is, though. So.
Yeah. So I would never disrespect that man's artistry in general.
Yeah.
It's just it had to reach my radar at a certain point. Versus other artists that I grew up on, especially from Atlanta, like the T.I.s of the world, Outkast of the world, and things like that. But Jeezy is high on my list when it comes to Atlanta artists in general.
Right.
So even with that said, when I first saw the title of this album, that took me as it is. It was like, okay, this is something I can gravitate towards. This is something I would want to listen to. I'm anticipating to see how he approached certain situations.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I've heard the Justice League was doing a whole album for production. I was like, ooh, you really can't get any better than that. So I went in with open ears, and definitely I wasn't disappointed at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Straight from the gate. That first I started with the first song, I Might Forgive. That's just set everything off for me. I'm like, ooh, yeah, this is gonna definitely be in heavy rotation.
Yeah.
From here on out.
Yeah.
Then songs like Delusional, Nothing to Prove, Don't Cheat.
Real niggas don't cheat.
Real niggas don't cheat. Since Pac died, you know I'm gonna gravitate towards that.
Yeah. He gets a lot of his inspiration from Pac too.
And I could definitely hear that now, if anything. But yeah, this album definitely took me for a good surprise, a good ride. It's something I would definitely have not only in heavy rotation but high on his discography as well.
So what did you listen to? A lot of those songs, especially in the latter half of the album, the second disc, had a lot of samples in there. Did you hear any of those that you
Yes,
liked?
and you know how I get down. I love hip hop music with samples in it.
Man.
So that definitely grabbed my attention more. Well, it's funny you asked me that. Automatically, I would go towards that, but it was the first half that really brought me in because it's like, you would really have to. I say do something different other than just do the typical trap beat, flow on it, whatever, just to grab my attention, and that's what he did on the first half.
Yeah.
So
grabs you, gets you in.
Yeah.
So
with
by
the
the
content,
time you on the second half, you already.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you already like just loving what you're hearing so far.
And then the samples took me away from there, especially the Shine song.
Yeah,
I forgot the name of it. Shine On.
Yeah. Yup, that's the I forgot the name of that sample, but Big Crit did the same sample.
Did the same sample, yeah.
Almost the exact same way, but I think Crit's is sped up a little bit more.
Yeah, and then of course they had to flip it in different ways. He used a certain part for the hook, as far as like Jeezy's own is concerned.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he got into it, talking about his mother, he had to forgive his mother, and and all that. I was like, you know what? This is the Jeezy I wanted to hear more.
Yeah, Jeezy. Yeah, that's the back half.
Yeah. The back half.
Yeah.
So
there's that one, and I caught it too, and I was looking at it the other day, and it's called "What I Gotta Do." That song, "What I Gotta Do," got that sample from Glenn Jones.
Glenn Jones.
Song was called "Show Me" back in the early '80s.
Right.
He grabbed that R&B sample and just killed it in "What I Gotta Do." That shit crazy. So
yeah, overall, definitely an enjoyable album for me. And then I took some pointers of what I look at as far as like forgiveness and how he looks at it, and it kind of like getting close to being the same but different, but still be able to.
Your point of view.
Yeah. Still be able to meet halfway on it.
Yeah.
So I give this album. I'm right there with you, man. I'm gonna have to give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to Jeezy, man.
Yeah.
We provided a good product this go round.
Oh, for sure.
This shit. Shout out to Justice League.
Shout out to Justice League.
Yeah.
Shout out to Atlanta, still killing it.
Man.
You know what I'm saying, on the hip hop scene.
Yep.
And then
what you think? So do you think? I personally think Jeezy on this particular album also was like not taking specific shots, because he doesn't ever really do specific shots.
Right.
But he had those subliminals in there was definitely aimed at certain particular parties. Don't you agree?
Oh, for sure. Especially joints like I forgot the name of it, but basically you're saying basically paraphrasing. Yeah. Y'all good without me, or y'all don't deserve me.
That one. Yeah, that
joints like that. Yeah.
That track go hard. Yeah. And I think like your track, Delusional
for sure.
One, he's aiming and expectations.
Expectations.
So it's like he really had something to say, basically, in his albums, and he didn't really hold back.
Right.
Especially now that he's off that label.
Off the Def Jam label, for sure. And then of course we hear some subliminals towards his situation, his marriage situation, which that will lead to the segue of that special that he did, that interview or sit down or shooting a shot or whatever you want to call it, with Nia Long.
Yeah, and in one of his songs, he definitely says he see Nia Long getting at her.
For sure.
And look at where he's at. He did an interview with Nia Long. I was like, why Nia Long? But hey, I would too.
Shall we start with the silly shit, or we get the silly shit out the way with that?
Silly shit? What you talking about? Whatever you want to talk about, man. Okay.
Well, more so him being the ultimate dirty Mac. And I'm looking at him like, damn, why I ain't pull that move back in my dirty Mac days.
That was smooth.
Yeah, talking about real niggas don't cheat.
If it was a movie he was pulling, yeah. Everybody, all the niggas is kind of like, yeah, nigga, what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, nigga, we see through that. See through that dumb shit. What you talking about? Man, but,
real
I
niggas
tried.
don't cheat.
Yeah. Now, if he was being serious about it. Hold up.
My fault.
Hold up. Yo, hold up. Hold the fuck.
Time out.
Time out.
Shit.
Cut. Damn.
Nah, cut. No. She is live. Nah, yeah.
Well, nah, we doing it. Nah, you right though. You right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if we taking that part serious, I kind of understand what he was trying to say.
Right.
More so like real men don't cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that goes to that loyalty talk that me and you always talk about all the time too, outside of here. You know,
Loyalty and respect is the two main factors.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
then you have really no reason to cheat, honestly.
no.
Yeah.
Especially if you know your strongest or your biggest strength would be loyalty.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Why would you step out on somebody that you have nothing but the high respect and regard for?
You wouldn't, not naturally.
Right.
You lose both of them factors. Typically, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yep.
It goes like, it ties in together somehow. So, but I understand what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
If he was serious.
Right.
But, you know, the Dirty Mac in me was like,
That half and that half kind of always battle each other.
Right.
Be like, hey, I did what you was trying to say, but at the same time, but look, it's Nia Long.
It's Nia Long, nigga. Look like,
you know
who
you
the fuck you
are.
fooling?
Come on.
For
man.
sure. Talking about that's your sister.
Sis. Trying to play that sis role. Okay.
All right.
We see right through that shit.
Right through that shit.
He called her American Sweetheart or something like that. Remember that?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And she was like, oh. He was like, yeah.
Oh, yep. He got the all.
Got her right in my palm. Right
Next
there.
thing you know, it's like,
Some smacking going on.
there's going to be some smacking going on for sure. Clapping.
Man.
Man. But no, in all seriousness, he did. I see where he did drop some jewels on there.
Yeah, it was a good interview.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when, you know, getting more introspective, Jeezy, how he grows up, you know,
Yeah.
his situation with his mother and
just the need for, especially our culture, for people, black people in particular, to just be able to have a safe space to open up, talk about things like they did. She wasn't in a judgmental role, and he wasn't in a judgmental role either, because they both were going through some shit.
Right.
She had that divorce shit with the head coach for the ball.
You said
Yo, forgive me, man. That was our old coach, too, man. Man, what was his name? The Inke.
It made Udoka.
It made
Udoka. That's the name.
Hey, yo, shout out to Mday Udoka, my nigga. But yeah, and he's with the Clip. Whatever. Rockets. I'm tripping.
Gonna put whole disrespect on that man.
Whole disrespect.
But yeah.
That whole situation, and then him and Jeannie Mae had their ill situation. But it's kind of like they didn't throw both of them motherfuckers under the bus, which they probably could have if they really wanted to.
Yeah. I think Nia was itching towards, you know, doing it further than Jeezy
was.
Yeah, I seen that in her face. I'm like, she wanted to rat this nigga out so bad.
And she wanted him to say, like, a little bit extra more about, and he kept it, you know, politically. Right. He was like, I don't want to try to, you know, throw her out like that. But
well, that's honorable, you know, because most niggas in our generation and ones that's behind us, we see nothing but the pettiness come out for sure.
Right.
So
yeah, you can tell he grew up a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the old Jeezy, it'd be different. But
yeah, and even in, I could tell it was some point he was like, he wanted to say at least a little snippet of what was happening,
right?
But he couldn't,
yeah,
because that was just in him to, you know, to draw back like, nah,
yeah,
cool,
right, exactly, yeah.
And that's how most of us black men should be. And to go back to what you say about the safe space, yeah, for black people in general, hell, we need that for black men in general as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So they can open up.
Yeah,
having the ability to open up without feeling like the, you know, world is judging them and shit, or it's a weak thing to do.
It is getting harder for us as the time goes, because not only we catching it from our sisters, you know, at times, we catching it from other groups like LGBTQIA plus minus community. Forgive me. Across the white people, you know, the racist white people, you know, that's undercover, and then, yeah,
everywhere.
It's just like what he said. We always said this all the time too when we talk. Damn, we got to go against the whole world. We're not trying to fight with our wives when we get home.
Shouldn't be a battle, a war zone by the time we got to fight outside our whole lives, so we don't come home to a
For sure.
That's not what we want, man.
No.
Who want that? Nobody want that shit.
No. And yeah, I see the growth. I see the maturity. I see him learning from this experience.
For sure.
And even when he started talking about when he was doing yoga one day and he saw his younger self, I kind of relate to that because I try to have, I would say more so conversations with one time I wrote to my younger self, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not to get into, specifics of it, but definitely it's like, you know what if I did talk to my younger self, try to protect him and try to tell him if I had to go back in time to more so prepare him for what's ahead.
Right.
That's what I did. So I relate to him more so when he had that talk with his younger self.
Right. Yeah.
Whether people will see that as real or fake, hey, I just know it struck a chord with me at that point.
Man, absolutely. If you could actually now and look back and tell yourself what it might look like in 10, 20 years, 30 years, or just be like, don't go down this road, or be careful for this type of situation, do this. This may happen. This shit. I think we all would take that opportunity to try to do that shit if it was a real thing to do.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I think writing it down and having it just to look at helps as well with your being able to, I guess, accept what's going on type shit.
Yeah. So you won't grow up with that disappointment.
Exactly. Or like you feel like you grew up and you did something wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, that's what's up. Yeah, they both, and then you could tell Nia Long, she was probably in some shit, and then she felt like Jeezy was able to listen. Remember, she said she never said or talked like that with any
other man. Yeah.
I caught that. I was like, oh shit.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. Jesus was like,
hey, first time for everything.
Yeah. She made him cry too. He was like, you first. Got you first. Remember that?
Yep. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
There's some real dope shit going on right here.
Unless she was acting, because you real good at that. But
yeah, shit. That's a claim to fame there.
Man.
Acting. And so with that in mind, just to more so dig into it, what do you think about just the concept of forgiveness? Or did that interview kind of like give you some pointers about forgiveness and if anything, if it changed you?
Oh yeah, it did. It definitely opened up more insight to wanting to forgive people more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times I'd say I would, but I just didn't really, and it just kind of like sticks in my head type shit.
Right.
And it's kind of like did I really forget that shit, or is it still bothering me type shit? So I feel like, I mean, before that interview, but like up to that interview, I was like, yeah, it's probably a good idea. You're never probably gonna forget what a certain person does to you,
right?
Especially if it hurts you to a specific core or anything like that. But you have to allow yourself to forget that person. Otherwise, you ain't gonna allow yourself to move forward like that you should be able to. You're gonna keep saying, all right, it's gonna keep popping up in your head, and you still haven't forgiven either that person or the situation. So I was like, well, I think that's what Jeezy's at too. He's like, well, I gotta forgive even the past shit, right? But I'm never gonna forget it. But I gotta at least forgive it so I can move forward in my own shit, type shit.
Yeah,
that's how I saw it.
Man, that's deep that did you say that like that?
Right. It's like you gotta go through that shit though. It's like you can't not go through shit. You have to kind of go through shit to know what it look like. But at the same time, you learn from that shit, and then you move forward from that shit.
Right.
You can't unless you don't forgive that shit.
Yeah.
Right. That's tough, right? This is shit you probably thinking about that you can't forgive, and it's like gonna be hard to.
Well, and like you say, it's more so you can't forget as well. So you would have no choice but to think about that situation at times.
Yeah.
You know, whether that's from introspective thoughts or somebody asks you something about what happened.
Yeah.
Now, I did take heed to what he said when he was like pretty much saying he do forgive, but at the same time, he asked the question that really she didn't answer, and I don't think anybody has the answer. How do you forgive somebody that you know is coming at you with ill intent? Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
You just stay away from them from afar.
Yeah.
Remember what they said? They said you just accept who they are, and you love them from afar. You can't let them back in type shit.
Yeah. And this may sound harsh, but sound cold, but even then, if it's a person that has ill intent, which I know that I pretty much got like a couple in my thing, that love. Well, I'll put it like Weezy. There's no love lost, but there's no love found.
Shout out to Weezy.
Yeah. I have to think of it like that. Like,
I feel that.
I can't give my love to somebody that I know that's have it out for me for whatever reason. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So this person is like intentionally trying to fuck with you and type.
Right,
and don't care what you. Oh yeah, no fuck. At that point, it's fuck. You know.
Yeah, pretty much, and that's what I mean. Even if we have like a past and then for some reason we fall out because I know you got some ill intent and I see you from a distance. At least I know how you coming at me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just blank for me. Won't be no love, won't be no emotion. Yeah. At least until you try something.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's nothing type shit.
Right. I
don't fuck with you don't fuck with me. But until you cross that line, then
don't even try to speak to me, otherwise it's might snap back again.
You're gonna snap, yeah.
But yet, for me, forgiveness, it's something that has to be individualized. And what I mean by that is more so, it starts with that person learn to forgive in general, but learn to forgive themselves before you be able to forgive the other person. Because you have to take some responsibility for letting that happen for whatever situation happens. Yeah, and then once you do that, you'll know how to move yourself. Yeah. And you won't set yourself up for that disappointment again later.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta cut ties and cut bridges on certain toxic people and traits. Right. Otherwise, it's gonna poison you, and you're gonna get fucked up too. So it's gonna cut them off.
For sure.
From the joint. Yeah.
Straight from the jump.
I think mostly for, and I think that's what Nia Long's example probably was with her ex-husband or whatever. Yeah. She probably, and with him and Jeannie Mae was like, because he said we went to therapy and it still didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that means whatever there was toxic. It was bad. You got to cut that off. Yeah, cut that off and let it ride.
And that makes sense. It even makes more sense. It opened up more of a realization of what happened, especially when the story begins with Jeezy filing for a divorce. Right. Usually the man is more so looking to stay, work it out, not giving up, whatever you like to call it.
Man, we don't like to fail. We don't like to feel
That's
like
it. The failure.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to work hard at it to make us feel like we conquered it or whatever. That's a man's trait. That's what we naturally are. We
For sure.
So we feel like we failed. It's like fuck. It must have really been last resort type shit.
It is fucked up because we as men, if we were the real men, which we are, we beat ourselves up.
Facts.
We beat ourselves up before we even throw blame or responsibility on whoever's with us in that situation.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I wish brothers like me, well, it started for me. I had to learn to look past that too. Which all of us brothers, was on that same plane where yeah, you take responsibility, but make sure you hold the other person responsible too.
Accountability, yep.
Yeah.
Everybody got to be there.
Everybody.
Yep. Can't be one-sided because that's where it starts fucking up.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Put too much on one person and that's it.
That's a fact, Jack. That's a fact.
So, yeah, that was definitely dope. That definitely opened up eyes. And I would say it opened me up for forgiveness, at least for the thought of it.
Right. The thought of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say I'll jump out the window and start forgiving people, from the past, just because of, this interview.
Right.
But it opened my eyes like, interesting.
Yeah. I think
I can think twice.
Overall, I think for the culture, I think it did good for everybody to realize it's okay to forgive. It may help your situation.
Yeah, it may help you more if anything. Yeah.
Instead of holding that resentment, because that resentment could be a bitch.
Yeah.
It'll eat you up.
For life.
Yep.
If you let it.
But you don't forget, you know what I mean? Now ain't nobody telling you to forget.
And nobody tell you just lay down the next time they come around either.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
At times.
You ain't gonna forget. You just gonna let them go do what they need to do over there somewhere.
That's it right there. So that's dope. And then on that show, as far as like any other content, Tribe Called Quest celebrating 30 years for Midnight Marauders.
Shout out. Man.
Hip hop.
Man, that's classic. It was the legends right there.
Oh, masterpiece of work for sure. Along with Wu-Tang, their debut album, Into the 36 Chambers, dropped the same day as this. So happy 30 to both.
Hey,
happy 30th. You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Hey, they out here.
Both albums classic. Both albums shape hip hop.
Damn.
The way it's supposed to.
That's some history right there, boy.
Man, and I still listen to both to this day.
Yeah.
Would you catch yourself more so listen to either one at a certain point?
Oh man, that's forever in rotation.
Oh,
that is
sure.
never ever leaving rotation until the day I die. You feel me?
Yeah, and I don't even try to put one over the other. They both ride to me, the same way.
Yeah, man. That's the epitome of music right there.
For sure.
So you cannot. I don't care what type of music you stay listening to. You cannot not have that in your rotation, bro.
Damn right.
Those are classics, boy.
Hell yeah.
They tell you can't say you're a hip hop fan. You ain't got that in your rotation. Man. Get out of here.
Yeah, I got a question. Your hip hop card.
I got a question.
Yeah. Run me your resume, my nigga.
Man.
I believe that is it, though. As far as like what we can run through.
That's a bet, Jack.
This week,
man. Another week. I think next week we on anniversary time, fam.
Anniversary.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, we're gonna have a lot to say on that.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir. So beyond that, before we get to the bars, let me dedicate this episode to my mother.
Yes.
To Mama Greenwich.
Mama Greenwich.
One that's been holding us down as far as like support. Reason why, because 10 years ago, around this week, she received a blessing from God with a kidney transplant when she was fighting for her kidneys maybe a year or two prior.
Oh, wow. That's a blessing right there. Shout out
to my mother.
Your Mama Greenwich.
Hey, Mama Greenwich. Just want to say, definitely love you, appreciate you. You're the reason why I believe in God in general, because He's looking out for His angel like yourself.
There you go.
And, there it is. One love.
One love. That's what she like to say. One love.
Yes, it is. So let me get straight to the bars. Want to go first, or you want to go?
You go.
Got you. Right. So on this topic of,
Go after you.
Bet. So, on the theme of forgiveness, I would say this. Forgiveness is overrated, especially if you haven't learned to forgive yourself first.
Bars. It's a good one, too. It's going to be a lot better than mine, because that's more sentimental than what I'm about to say.
Hey, we'll let you rock, though. We'll let you take us out, yo.
Shout out to DMX on this one. RIP to the dog.
DMX forever.
And he says, and I quote, I forgive, but I may not forget. You're on your own, little man. Don't ask me for shit. No, I'm fucking. Bars.
Bars.
Blackout.
Blackout.